Greetings, everyone. I'm Anastasia, collaborating with Irene for day 9 of our dynamic 50-day software architecture class. Recapping day 8, we delved into designing APIs for microservices, covering RESTful principles like resource modeling and HTTP methods, alongside best practices for security, performance, and endpoint management to foster effective inter-service interactions. Today, we're pivoting to event-driven architecture basics, exploring foundational concepts, the pub-sub model for decoupled messaging, and practical tools like Kafka, all to demonstrate how this approach complements synchronous APIs by enabling asynchronous, resilient systems that handle real-time data flows and scale gracefully under varying loads.
Excellent setup, Anastasia. Event-driven designs are transformative for handling complexity in distributed environments like those in Day 7.
Outlining day 9 in greater detail, event driven architecture centers on systems that respond to events in an asynchronous manner, where components produce and consume events without direct coupling, promoting flexibility and responsiveness. We'll unpack the pub-sub model, where publishers emit events to topics and subscribers listen independently. Highlighting tools, we'll focus on Kafka as a robust platform for handling high throughput, fault tolerant messaging. This overview connects seamlessly to Day 7's microservices, where event driven patterns augment API based communication for scenarios like real time updates or decoupled processing.
A cohesive extension, these elements enable systems to evolve with minimal disruption.
Why prioritize event driven architecture? It fundamentally decouples system components, allowing them to operate independently without tight dependencies, which enhances maintainability and aligns with Day 2's loose coupling principles. This approach excels in managing real time data streams and achieving horizontal scalability, as services can react to events on demand rather than constantly polling. It complements Day 8's synchronous RESTful APIs by providing an asynchronous alternative for use cases like notifications or background tasks, ultimately reducing latency, conserving resources, and improving overall system efficiency in dynamic environments. Breaking down the basics of event driven architecture. Events represent significant changes or actions in the system, such as a user sign up or order placement, serving as the triggers for subsequent processing. Producers are the components that generate and emit these events, often from services or user interactions. Consumers subscribe to and react to events, performing tasks like updating databases or sending alerts. Brokers act as intermediaries, routing events reliably between producers and consumers, ensuring delivery even in distributed setups and providing buffering for high volume scenarios. Exploring event types and formats. Domain events are tailored to business logic, like order created or user updated, capturing meaningful state changes within a service. Integration events facilitate notifications across systems or microservices, enabling coordination without direct calls. Common formats include JSON for simplicity and readability, or Avro for schema evolution and compactness in large-scale systems. To maintain reliability, design events with idempotency in mind, allowing consumers to process duplicates without adverse effects, such as using unique IDs or version numbers.
Explaining the pub-sub model in detail. Publish-subscribe is a decoupled messaging pattern where publishers send messages to abstract topics or channels without awareness of who or how many subscribers are listening, promoting independence. Subscribers express interest in specific topics and receive messages asynchronously, allowing them to process at their own pace. This model scales effectively for many-to-many communication scenarios, where multiple publishers can feed into a topic and numerous subscribers consume, ideal for broadcast-style updates in distributed systems. Comparing pub-sub to point-to-point. Pub-sub excels in broadcasting events to multiple consumers simultaneously, ensuring all interested parties receive the same message, like system-wide alerts. Point-to-point uses queues where messages are delivered to exactly one consumer, suitable for load-balanced task distribution. Opt for pub-sub in notification-heavy scenarios, queues for workload processing, and hybrids, like PubSub triggering queued tasks, for intricate workflows that require both dissemination and sequential handling. Advantages of PubSub: it enforces loose coupling by eliminating direct dependencies between producers and consumers, allowing independent evolution per solid. Scalability is enhanced as you can add or remove subscribers dynamically without impacting publishers. Resilience comes from message persistence in brokers, retrying deliveries on failures. For real-time applications, it provides low-latency updates, enabling immediate reactions to events across the system. Challenges in PubSub: message ordering isn't always guaranteed in distributed brokers, requiring sequence numbers if critical. Duplicates may occur due to retries, so design consumers idempotently. Use dead letter queues to capture and analyze failed messages for debugging. Comprehensive monitoring of delivery metrics, like lag or throughput, is essential to detect issues early. Integrating PubSub in microservices. Leverage it for asynchronous communication, as in Day 7, decoupling services for better resilience. It mirrors Day 6's observer pattern, but at a system level for distributed events. This previews Day 25's event sourcing, where events become the source of truth. Avoid overuse by balancing with synchronous APIs from Day 8 for request response needs.
Introducing Kafka. As a distributed streaming platform, Kafka excels in handling high-throughput, real-time event streams across clusters, serving as a robust broker for PubSub. It organizes data into topics, which are partitioned for parallel processing and load distribution. Durability is achieved through replicated logs, ensuring data persistence even in node failures, making it suitable for mission-critical applications. Kafka's key components. Producers publish messages to topics, specifying keys for partitioning. Consumers pull data from assigned partitions, scaling via groups for load sharing. Brokers handle storage, replication, and serving of data across the cluster. Zookeeper coordinates metadata, leader elections, and configuration for seamless operation. Using Kafka for PubSub, start by creating topics to categorize events, like user events or order updates. Publishers send key value messages, where keys determine partitioning for ordered processing. Subscribers join consumer groups to distribute load with offsets tracking progress. Enable exactly once semantics through idempotent producers and transactional APIs for guaranteed delivery without duplicates. Best practices for Kafka. Partition topics strategically based on expected volume and parallelism needs to ensure even load balancing. Monitor consumer lags regularly to detect bottlenecks early. Use a schema registry with formats like Avro to manage event schema evolution safely. Implement security with SSL encryption and ACLs to control access and protect sensitive data streams. Other event tools. RabbitMQ offers flexible routing with queues and exchanges, supporting both PubSub and point-to-point. AWS SNS for PubSub notifications and SQS for queues provide fully managed options with high availability. Apache Pulsar supports multi-tenancy and geo-replication for global scales. Select based on your requirements, like Kafka for high throughput or managed services for reduced ops.
Implementing event-driven in practice. Begin with simple events within a monolith to gain experience, then migrate to full EDA as you adopt microservices per Day 7. Apply for use cases like audit logging, real-time analytics, or workflow orchestration. Test thoroughly using mocks for producers, short consumers, and simulators to emulate high-load scenarios. General best practices. Design events as immutable facts to avoid side effects and ensure replayability. Handle failures with retry mechanisms and dead letter queues for unprocessable messages. Monitor end-to-end event flows with tracing tools to trace latencies. Version events similarly to APIs, adding fields without removing to maintain backward compatibility. Pitfalls in event-driven. Event storms, from loops or excessive publishing, can overwhelm systems. Implement throttling. Debugging distributed flows is challenging. Use correlation IDs. Risk data loss without proper persistence in brokers. Achieving consistency across services requires careful saga or two-phase commit patterns.
Recapping day 9, we outlined the basics of event driven architecture, emphasizing events, producers, consumers, and brokers for asynchronous systems.
Explored pub submodels in depth and tools like Kafka for implementation, along with advantages in decoupling, challenges like ordering, and integration with microservices. The key takeaway: event driven approaches foster resilience and scalability in modern architectures. On day 10, introduces serverless architecture fundamentals, explaining functions as a service and scalability benefits.
Homework: design a simple pub subflow for a hypothetical application, incorporating a tool like Kafka. Questions? Drop them in comments. We'll provide detailed responses. Thanks for joining. Like, share, and subscribe to stay engaged.